had an addiction. Maybe addiction of working or
Not
something.
that we know of.
Yeah. Those
Someone's
who are
phone
owed
rang.
money.
That'd be
Again, if
considered
there is what?
be kind of considered unfinished business.
What?
I'm gonna go hot work.
Yeah.
Those who owed money. It's unfinished
Oh
business.
yeah. Again, if there's unfinished business, a person is more likely to struggle to cross over. So those who are owed money, especially a large amount, may haunt the person who owes them. Yeah, I want my money. I don't care if I'm dead or not.
That's kind of
Tony,
creepy.
give me my money.
I'm coming
I want my
after you.
dollar.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
unfortunately. Those who died very suddenly. If a person was ill,
What about-
prepared.
Go ahead.
No, what about
Those
what?
who,
Well, I mean, rather than addiction, what about like family traits, like depression-oriented stuff? You know, I don't know. Keep going. Keep going, Chris.
Possession oriented.
it
like,
might be one of the ones later. If not, though, you can bring it up at the end. If a person was ill prepared for death, or they died with little to no warning, they may not be willing to go into the light, so to speak. This can often result in energy that is caught between two worlds. So, yeah, like if you wanted to tell your loved ones bye, but you died all of a sudden and didn't even have a chance.
Yeah.
I didn't say goodbye.
No, I wanted to say bye.
yeah.
I don't want to tell you where I buried all that money.
stories. I've read stories about people who have gotten phone calls from people who have died, but they didn't know they were dead yet.
Yeah.
That they called to tell them goodbye,
Yeah.
and it didn't quite make sense until they learned that the person had passed, like, an hour or two before that. Read one of those the other
or
day.
people who have had someone come to their door that they knew, or that they sat and had a conversation with, and those people were actually dead and had been dead for a while, and they just didn't know
Right.
it.
Yeah. Pretty
I'm gonna
interesting.
be like
Reading a book.
I'm gonna be like Uncle Fred in the Ray Stevens video and set up.
Those who still had young children. Dying when one still has young children to care for definitely qualifies as unfinished business. Crossing over without the children who still need their parent is enough to keep some souls or energy stuck in the physical plane. I can see that.
Me too.
Especially
to watch over them.
Yeah, they're watching over them. They wanted to watch them graduate or something, or they wanted to watch them get married or have kids of their own, and they died all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah.
So would y'all stick around if you died all of a sudden?
I am sticking around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I would. If I could.
I am.
Gotta watch the show. Go back and forth, do a little travel.
Yeah. Those who have a lot of unresolved emotion. Many believe we are put on this earth to struggle, to fight through tough emotion and work it out. If that doesn't happen, if we are left with enormous amounts of unfinished emotional business, we may not be able to leave this earth.
I ain't leaving.
Got work to do.
I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna trash your audio. I'm gonna push totes across the floor. Knock over chairs.
Those who were betrayed. Depending on the intensity of the betrayal, a soul might have trouble crossing over if they feel like someone on Earth double-crossed them and got away with it. Ooh, the movie Ghost.
Yeah.
He got betrayed, murdered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one. So that's where that show came from.
Yep. They read this list and like, hey, number 7 sounds good. Those who seek revenge. Here's Tony right here. These are the scariest ghosts. If that betrayal turns into a thirst for revenge, energy can become angry and loud. It can disturb even those who had nothing to do with the original betrayal. An angry ghost is a danger to all.
Dun, dun,
Tony,
dun.
Tony's a
I'm
danger
going to work.
all.
I'm going to work and I'm gonna pull hoses off and cross them over and drain all their hydraulic fluid out of their pumps. And yeah, that's gonna be me. Just so y'all know, I'm gonna be that gremlin. Watch out.
I'll get
All right,
to my pretty
Sarah,
list.
was your question anywhere on there, or
No, I was just thinking about other things, you know, that tend to be that are familial, like depression stuff. You know,
Like,
that
Like-
more I'm thinking about the woman that I know that committed suicide, and her mother had committed suicide, and then her sister tried to commit suicide. Big mess. Yeah. Like, unfinished business, and her kids haven't been experiencing anything, but they're all in therapy.
what about being
We'll move on
attached
to
to
something
a
a little lighter,
wh-
maybe.
what about being attached to like an object, personal possessions?
how does a person get attached to something like
You really
Yeah.
I
like
see where
it?
land can be a big obsession with people
Land.
who have land.
I can see that from
Yeah.
a long time ago. Finally being able to have your own land back then, and that was a big accomplishment.
Native land, especially holy
Yeah.
ground, like that kind of thing. Burial grounds.
Yeah, I could see that part of it, but we always look at items that people have that somebody might have given them and they're attached to that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Family heirlooms.
Yeah.
Hey, we did this one investigation one time, and this room was like really, really, really smoking hot, man. It was like, it then went cold, and then it was hot, and it went cold. Well, we turned the lights on. There's an urn in there.
Oh,
Remember that one? There's
Doo-doo-doo.
an urn in the room. I'm like, oh, really? Guys, come look at
I've
this.
got some ashes in here as we speak in this room. My sister's. Yeah.
Do you
But,
think that
but I've
that
never-
is something? Because you've had experiences in your house. Do you think that could be her?
So,
Well, my granddaughter had a negative experience. I got an EVP right after she got scratched. And it was a woman's voice that said, "Honey, are you okay?" And I don't know, I felt like it was somebody, whether it was my mom or somebody. Yeah, that was a little creepy to get an EVP in my house.
We're talking about
But
her
at least it-
sister, and the audio goes to crap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah.
lost all your audio. Like that.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I don't think that sister being the one
Audio is still bad.
associated is okay.
Your audio's always bad,
Yeah.
Menifee.
We'll quit talking about her. How about the question of the week? Now we
Okay.
brought this up before, but let's
Okay.
bring it up again. Does thinking about ghosts draw them to you? What does everybody think?
It's a possibility.
Making yourself
Mine's a-
actually that would be in the same line of making yourself susceptible to being haunted, so to speak.
Now we've said that it's possible, but it's also to out of sight, out of mind. So if you're not thinking about it, the stuff might be happening, but once you think about it, then you notice the stuff happening. You just didn't notice it before. So you can possibly say that, yeah, you're thinking about it, so it's happening, but it might have been happening the whole time. You just didn't notice it until you started thinking about it.
Because you
Because you
weren't
were
paying
closed
attention.
minded.
Yeah, because you weren't paying attention. But what you think about it, you're like, oh, yeah, once I thought about it, yeah, all the stuff started happening. No, it was already happening.
Yeah.
But I'm
So,
not saying it's not possible that, what you what you do think about it, it does draw it to you. I can't
so
say
is that
yes or no to that.
is that suggestive influence then?
Could be. It could be that
Hmm.
some people are thinking about it and they think they're drawing it, or they think they're noticing stuff that's going on, but yet it's it's we can go there and debunk it.
Right, right.
So
Not all the
we've
time.
actually done that a couple of times.
It makes people mad, don't it?
Oh yes, it makes it bad.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, we had the same
Um,
experience that you did at the same place, Dustin, there in Duncan. So
Oh, and then she calls us back after you guys leave. Then we were like, hey, quick.
did she really?
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I talked to her, and I mean, I told her. So it's
We
not
talked
my
to her and
fault.
told her.
I tried to go back. I was even going to go back and like continue trying to help, and she kept saying different things and excuses and stuff. So it all fell through.
Now, is it a? Have you ever heard the expression "what you focus on expands"? The meaning behind it is that whatever you invest your energy in, either mentally or physically, that's what you'll more or less manifest into your life. If you spend a lot of time
Yeah.
thinking about negative things, your life will be filled with negative energy. If you spend a lot of time focused on positive things, your life will be increasingly more positive. And if you think a lot about ghosts, you can see where this is headed. You might call one to you.
What I just say? Suggestive influence.
Oh yeah. But somebody says from personal experience, they can definitely say yes.
Yeah.
I've called certain ghost spirits to where I was simply by focusing and thinking about them. But I am also very attuned to spirit energy, so my experiences may not be the same for everyone else.
But how
It's
are you in tune though?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got
I mean,
a
it's like,
point.
okay, here. All right, here we go. Somebody is calling me.
That was your point.
Right?
Did you hear it?
No.
Did you hear my phone ringing? Oh, you didn't. Anyway, here's my deal. Okay, I fish. I use a lot of plastic worms. You got to have a lot of sensitivity when you're fishing. You got to be tuned in to what you're fishing with. If I give you that same lure and you throw it, you're not going to have the sensitivity I have after all these years of learning how to use that lure.
Right.
You're not going to feel the rocks. You're not going to feel the bumps. You're not going to feel all that because you're not in tune with it. So
Right.
if you ghost hunt, you call up
It's
stuff,
like,
you're tuned into that. Morse code. You don't just learn Morse code, you tune into it and you learn it. It just sounds like its and dots to you, but a person that knows Morse code is going to hear the words because that's how you learn Morse code. You learn to hear the sentences and the dits and the dots.
Yeah.
that
Just
makes
like
sense. Yeah.
if you buy a certain car, you're thinking that you have the only one of that car. Then once you start driving that car, you're like, wait a minute, there goes one, there goes another. There's 20 people here that have these cars. You don't start noticing it until you
Right.
actually have it and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Drive down the road
Mhm.
and see how many red cars you see. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You're
then
going
Yeah.
to notice
That makes-
most of the cars. You think most of the cars are red after you start looking, see how many
you start
cars are
looking at
red.
It's like listening to your intuition. The more you listen to it, the more skilled you become at it. It becomes more accurate.
Yeah.
any other skill.